Okay, so I normally don't do Raw reviews because I have not been keeping up with Raw. Today was the first time I actually saw Raw in like 3 months, I believe. I have to say, it was a clusterfuck. Total clusterfuck. I was watching Raw at the hookah bar, and very telling. One of my friends who was watching, like, with me, because I put it on, he was like, we were both like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what has wrestling come to? What has WWE Raw come to? You have Jeff Jarrett, who was on last week's show, who has no business being in the WWE ring, fighting lies. You have Kurt Angle, who looks like he can barely fucking walk 2 steps in front of him, running to the ring, about to fall over and trip over himself. I was like, really? Is this what we're doing now? Really? So you have a 40-year-old, almost 50-year-old Kurt Angle going up against Baron Corbin for the 15,000th millionth time. And Braun Strowman, who nobody gives a shit about, laying waste to the entire ring in a 6-man tag match that nobody could give 2 fucks about. That really pissed me off when I saw that. And they restarted the match over a bullshit finish that had no business happening. Like, they could have just had Finn Balor pin Lashley and end it right there, but they prolonged it by another 20 minutes, which was unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. I was thoroughly pissed. But I will say that the AEW effect is real. Believe me, it is. As JD says. Because look who's not going to AEW. The Revival's not. They just won the tag team titles because Vince does not want them leaving. So, and who knows, Balor might go to AEW because he lost his Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble. But I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing with Balor because who gives a fuck? I'm so disinterested with the WWE product that I just can't watch. Like I tuned in to see what was going on, and I fucking instantly regretted it. I don't know. Maybe I might start watching WWE again if the product changes, if it gets better. But I just don't know. Like, realistically, probably not. I'm probably gonna watch AEW because, I mean, I'm more interested in that to see where that goes because TNT is looking to sign them and start promoting their stuff. Or they might go to TBS because there's rumors that they're going to get a TV deal with TBS or TNT or possibly both. Who knows? But I will definitely keep an eye out for that. Just thought I'd do a quick recap of Monday Night Raw. It was trash. And don't even get me started on the Becky Lynch shit because that was just... what the fuck? Seriously, what the ever-living fuck? You have Charlotte coming out, inserting herself into the match, Mrs. Female fucking Roman Reigns here. Vince comes out, suspends Becky, and inserts Charlotte into the Mania match, and basically gives a big giant fuck you to the WWE fan base, and says, oh, you want Becky versus Ronda? Too bad, you're not getting that. You're getting Charlotte versus Ronda. So what I think is going to happen, which, again, this is unnecessary, because they could have just had it be Becky versus Ronda, instead of all this extra wiggle room bullshit that they're doing. They could have just had it be Becky versus Ronda, but instead, they're going to drag this shit out, probably do Charlotte versus Becky at Fastlane, and winner gets to face Ronda. Somehow, it's going to end in a no contest, and Charlotte's going to find herself in the fucking main event of WrestleMania, which nobody wants or is asking for it. Like, get Charlotte out of the fucking main event, put her somewhere, like, put her in the mid-card, I don't know, put her on SmackDown, or keep her on SmackDown, I should say. Move her to Raw, With Becky, they can feud. Her and Becky can feud. But just keep her away from Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch and the title scene in general. That really pissed me off when Vince came out and basically said, no, fuck you to the fans. We're going to do what we want to do because fuck the fans. And it just pissed me off. Because I want Becky Lynch to win against Ronda Rousey. I do. I want her to win against Ronda Rousey and become the Raw Women's Champion so that she can be coronated as the proper face of the women's division she needs to be. She is white hot as a babyface. But yeah. As for the Seth Rollins Brock Lesnar match, I really could give two shits about it. I mean, I'm going to watch for the build, but could care less about the match. Seth Rollins is going to win. Dean Ambrose is going to attack Seth, and that's another thing. Dean Ambrose is not leaving. It's a work, because what I could see happening is Dean Ambrose makes Seth Rollins believe that he's on his side, and then what's going to happen is right after Seth Rollins wins the Universal Championship, Dean Ambrose is going to come out and pretend to congratulate him, and Roman's going to come out, and they're going to have this big Shield reunion, one last time type of deal, and then Seth Rollins is going to get his backstab. Because Dean Ambrose, what I could see happening, is going to turn on both Rollins and Reigns, which would be a huge slap in the face to Reigns, because he's supposedly going through leukemia right now. This is what I could see happening. Dean Ambrose comes out to congratulate Seth Rollins on his Universal Championship win against Brock Lesnar. And they're all in the ring. Roman Reigns comes out, they're all in the ring. And they're all celebrating, and then Dean Ambrose looks at Seth Rollins, shakes his hand, goes to shake his hand, but instead of shaking his hand, pulls him in for dirty deeds. Bam. DDT on the mat. Does the same thing with Reigns. Grabs Reigns, DDTs him onto the mat. Standing there. Dean Ambrose looks at Seth Rollins' title and holds it up. Next night on Raw, Ambrose comes out and says, "You guys thought I was leaving? You guys are a bunch of fucking suckers. I'm not going anywhere." He said, why would I go somewhere? Why would I leave the WWE when Seth Rollins has what I want most in this company? And he talks about the Universal title and about how he was undervalued, underutilized, under this, under that, underappreciated, everything about how he was second rate in the Shield, all this stuff. And about how he was the odd one out in the black sheep of the Shield, about how Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins were getting all the credit, but Dean Ambrose was getting sidelined every single chance he could get. And he basically comes out and says that he's going after Seth Rollins, and he's going to take the Universal Championship off of Seth Rollins. And you can build a feud based on that Dean Ambrose is basically the neglected one of the Shield, because he kind of was, if you really think about it. If you guys really think about it, he really was the neglected one of the Shield, because, I mean, what was he doing realistically while Brock Lesnar was facing Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins? He wasn't doing anything. He was relegated to the mid-card, while Rollins and Reigns were both in the main event. Dean Ambrose was nowhere. He was floating in mid-card purgatory, not doing anything. So you could build off of that he was floating in the mid-card, like, just neglected, and that he's the black sheep of the Shield. Build off of that. So if you like my ideas, if you feel like I should expand on them, just let me know in the comment section below. I'm signing off.